Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Derek Carr, saying discussions on Strike Seven Sports. And today I just want to talk about went down, what went down yesterday with the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers, more in particular, with quarterback Derek Carr. Yesterday, I could not provide a recap on the game based on me because of I was on the road, traveling. And I couldn't really get to my equipment, my computer to upload a recap of the game. But I watched it though. I listened to it through the app on a YouTube TV on my phone, and I know exactly what happened with last night's game. Well, yesterday's game, not last night's game, but with the game, and the Saints lost. But biggest takeaway coming out of that game, and the biggest concern for the Saints was losing Derek Carr for some time. It was just a shoulder injury, like an AC joint, most likely damaged to his, I believe, his throwing shoulder. And according to what some, health experts are saying, that he could be out for possibly 4 weeks. We really don't know until today when they put out the actual diagnosis of how long he's going to actually be out and what that injury actually is. But right now, Jameis Winston is Saints quarterback for the foreseeable future for right now, until Carr heals up. So, if you watch that game, Saints offense still has issues, and it's mainly around that offensive line. Can't block, can't run block right now. That's why that's been the issues for not being able to execute, because yesterday the game was going so good, but you had your chances, but the offensive line, not be able to protect Carr adequately enough led to that injury. And felt like it was only a matter of time, until Carr gets slammed to the ground and he's out with an injury. And there you have it. Jameis Winston is back in the fold as Saints starting quarterback. So now for Jameis, and I agree with Bobby Hebert on this, the Cajun Cannon. This is his opportunity. This could be his last final opportunity to get a payday and get a chance to be a starter again in the NFL, with somebody else, because he's not the Saints quarterback in the future, if you like it or not. That makes you upset, oh well. But he's not the Saints quarterback in the future, because the Saints just invested $150 million into Derek Carr. So what Jameis has to do, something similar to what Teddy Bridgewater did in 2019 when Breeze was out for 5 to 6 weeks. Bridgewater went 5-0. Jameis Winston got to do the same thing, if we're being honest. But I got some concerns though, and that's with his offensive line. Can he actually get it done? Can he actually pull it off? Can the Saints remain competitive with Jameis Winston at quarterback, working with his offensive line? Now I've seen some couple posts out there on social media. Not really knowing, I don't know if this is really true or not, but somebody was saying, well, there could be some changes among the offensive line, and also working with the coaching staff as well, that in regards to that position. But we'll see. But that offensive line gave me some cause for concern, because that's the worst the Saints offensive line has been, and that line has usually been the strength, one of the top strengths of this team under Sean Payton. That offensive line has always been on point. Don't really know what happened with Ryan Ramczyk. Used to be one of the best right tackles in the game. These last 2 seasons, it's been going, that kind of regressed in my opinion. He's always on veteran days rest when they gave him during the injury reports. Cesar Ruiz showed some promise, but had a concussion yesterday. Trevor Penn is still developing. James Hurst is a solid addition, a solid backup, but he can get beat at sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Landon Young, he's not there yet. He's still a young player, but there you have it, man. So they got to come up with something, man. They got to figure out something for this offense to make this offense viable. And I know Alvin Kamara is coming back into the fold. His suspension, his time is up. Is in regards to him being suspended. I want to see how that's going to play out. Has Jameis learned how to work with Alvin Kamara now? You know what I'm saying? Because that was an issue back then. When he was a starter, is that he couldn't figure out a way to incorporate Alvin Kamara into the offense. You know what I'm saying? And also, is Pete Carmichael going to be a better play caller with Jameis Winston in the fold now? Because last year, one of the narratives I heard was that Carmichael was being a little timid, not being confident, having a lot of confidence and trust in Jameis Winston's ability to execute the offense. So that's what I'm looking for as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of concerned about. Is this offense going to be really conservative with Jameis Winston as a starter? Or is it going to keep that same type of explosive playability that we saw with Derek Carr? You know what I'm saying? Because you got too many weapons on the offense to be so conservative, to be so timid. And Winston has the arm strength to get the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying? Can he run the short to intermediate passing game? You know what I'm saying? Can he do that? You know what I'm saying? That was one of the things that people was always pointing to with him in regards to his ability to run that offense. Could he make the short throws? You know what I'm saying? Could he sit back in the pocket and make the passes over to Michael Thomas, Jawan Johnson? But him and Chris Olave got good chemistry, man. It's just because his ability to throw that ball deep down the field. You got Rashid Shaheed out there, man. You got weapons, man. You got weapons all over the team, all over the field, man. Alvin Kamara, Jawan Johnson. You got a red zone option in Jimmy Graham, who caught a touchdown yesterday. But I really want to see how it's going to play out, man. Because this is most likely Jameis Winston's last chance, man. His last stand to become an NFL starter once again and get a payday. Because that's what this is mainly about for Winston, man. You know what I'm saying? Because after this, man, if he doesn't get it done, he doesn't put on a good impression, a good tape, he's most likely going to be a bridge QB now. Somebody, holding it down for a rookie. You know what I'm saying? But dude got a lot of upside, man. A lot of upside. You know what I'm saying? Just last couple of seasons, he's dealt with injury. And what's interesting is that this is like the 5th straight year that the Saints have had injuries to the quarterback position, dating back to 2019. 2019, Breeze had the thumb injury with Aaron Donald. 2020, the ribs, Drew Brees. 2021, Jameis tore his ACL. 2022, Jameis again with the back injury. This year, 2023, Derek Carr. And mainly these injuries have to do with the offensive line, giving up plays. And the way that guy came down, man, I'm glad it could have been a lot worse for Carr, man, because I believe it was Kenny Clark that sacked him, kind of drove his shoulder into the grass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad it's not worse than what it is. But the Saints got, even in that same token, Jameis has to perform these next couple of games. I think you got Tampa Bay coming up, followed up by New England, and I think you played. I think he played the Houston Texans. They played the Houston Texans, if I'm not mistaken. So he has to get these wins, keep the Saints viable for the NFC South title. Because if you start dropping games, teams like Tampa Bay can rise up. Teams like Atlanta can rise up. You know, so we gotta see how it's gonna play out. You know, so Winston is a guy for these next couple of weeks, hoping that he can hold it down. I'm hoping that the offensive line gets it together, man. I'm hoping. And Alvin Kamara can come in and make a difference for this team, bro. Because you're too talented on both sides of the football to have this type of production. And that's this type of production. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it play out. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How do you feel about Jameis Winston taking over for Derek Carr? Do you think they can hold it down? Do you think the offensive line can get it together going forward? Also, check out strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content on the One Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out with that.